Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba Top Tip Tuesday today on fins. This is a part 2 video actually. You can find part 1 up here that we filmed on the beach when it was still sunny outside. But I've got 7 more tips about diving fins, so let's dive straight in. Fins are one of the best ways to identify another diver in the water. All dressed up, we tend to look fairly similar, especially from behind, but one thing that you can usually see that stands out from the side, above, underneath and behind is going to be your fins. Your fins are the perfect place to add a splash of colour or uniqueness to your diving profile. If all of your diving buddies are wearing black RK3 fins, then get a pair of yellow or orange ones so that you stand out when you're in the water, and try to learn who's who by their fins instead of their faces, because the fins are a bit more reliable. When you're packing your bag for your trip, your fins are great for providing some long, flat, mainly rigid protection for everything else inside. So use your fins to shield the rest of your gear and maintain the shape of your bag by placing them down the sides or over the top of your bag to protect the more delicate gear inside. If you're just snorkeling or you just prefer full foot fins for whatever reason, but they're a little bit too loose, because you're on the smaller end of the size chart, just wear a pair of trainer socks to help just buffer and prevent the foot pocket from rubbing. If you have a lot of space inside, then a pair of freediving neoprene socks will fill that gap really nicely, because they're either like 3mm thick or 5mm thick, and they're also going to have the benefit of keeping your feet a little bit warmer in the water. They do give you a lovely tan line, but they're going to keep your feet a bit warmer. Everybody should know that you need to walk backwards or sideways if you have to walk around in fins at all, but when you do, try and put the weight on the heels so that, and try and sort of obviously hold on to something as well with your hands, but if you're putting your weight on your heels and you're lifting your toes up a little bit, you're actually bringing the tips of the fins up off of the deck, so they're less likely to catch and snag on something. I've actually seen divers' fins slip down through a gap, then the diver kept going and stepped over and then snapped the fin in half, all because the tip was down on the deck. So do your best to put all your weight on your heel and lift your toes up as much as possible. Take your fins off as late as possible. Your hands and your feet are hilariously underpowered when it comes to moving around in the water. So if you get to the back of the boat, make sure that you actually have a good hold of it first and then take your fins off, not beforehand. Flailing around just out of reach of something solid is not a good look. So make sure that you are actually in reach and you can grab hold of it before you take your fins off. When you get a new pair of fins, just kind of let one go in the water just to see what they do, but obviously be prepared to chase after it. Some fins float, which is very handy. Some fins sink. Some fins sink a lot. So when you get a new pair of fins, just check out if they sink very quickly, and then down the road, if you're ever taking your fins off in the water, you know kind of what they're going to do if you fumble them accidentally. If you know that they float, then you can relax a bit because you know you can just catch up to it on the surface. But just remember that their buoyancy might be a little bit different when you compare to freshwater or oceans with different salinity. So obviously do your best to never let go of them. But if you do, it's quite nice to know what the fin's going to do and which way you're going to have to chase them. Most fins are designed and tested with a standard scissor kick in mind. They obviously consider that divers are going to use other fin kick styles, but they're made to work with a proper fin kick. You can buy the most expensive fin out there, but if you don't use the right fin kick properly, or just any fin kick properly, you're not going to get anywhere. Take some time to practice your fin kicks and ask your buddy to critique you. A couple of sessions of literally just working on your fin kicks can really improve your efficiency, reduce your air consumption and improve your diving. And because you've got your buddy, that objective viewer, they can literally say, oh well, at this certain point you're bending your knee too much or whatever it is, and it's just going to improve your diving. And that's it for this one. If you have any tips for other divers, then let them know down in the comments below. Remember to subscribe to the channel for more tips. I do one of these videos every single Tuesday until I literally just run out of tips. And remember to head over to simplyscuba.com for the latest scuba diving gear. Thank you so very much for watching, everybody, and of course, safe diving.